To all my LaCroix friends, grace, mercy, and peace from God the Father and from Jesus Christ, the Father's Son. That's a quote from one of the shortest and least known letters in our New Testament, 2 John. In it, the Apostle John expresses some of the feelings I've been having these days as we anticipate the reopening of our buildings this weekend. At the end of that letter, John writes, "I have much to write to you, but I do not want to use paper and ink. Instead, I hope to visit and talk with you face to face so that our joy may be complete." The work of the apostles often meant starting churches, building them up, then going off to other mission fields to spread the gospel. That resulted in long absences from churches they planted, so the apostles would write letters. It was the high-tech communication form of the day. And thank God for those letters. They fill our New Testament and inspire us to this day. But, as John makes clear, nothing beats face-to-face. Being together in community, as he phrases it, makes our joy complete. In this pandemic, we have drawn on modern technology to stay connected. And I thank God for church online, social media, email, and videos like this one, where we can stay connected if even remotely. But nothing beats face-to-face. The Apostle Paul said it this way to the believers in Rome: "I long to see you." That's exactly how I feel. I've had the privilege of being a pastor at LaCroix for 32 years, and this is by far the longest absence I've ever experienced from all of you. I can't tell you how my heart aches to really know how you're doing, and especially how you're doing in your walk with Jesus. I have to admit, there have been moments of panic. If you're a parent, you know what I mean. When you're out somewhere and one of your kids slips from your sight, that panic until you see them. That's how I felt at times over the past few months. On those occasions, I've fallen to my knees and prayed for you and surrendered you to God's care. This is God's flock after all. Well, enough about my feelings except to say I really do long to see you. Now, I'm going to say something that I don't think I've said in 35 years of ministry. Some of you need to stay home. You're in a vulnerable category, or you live or work with vulnerable people. We understand, and that's why we'll continue church online into the future. Likewise, if you have the slightest inkling that you're sick, love also means staying home. I pray that the day is soon behind us when we no longer have those concerns. Now, I'm going to go back to 2 John. In the middle of his short letter, he writes, "And now, I'm not writing you a new command, but one we have had from the beginning. I ask that we love one another. And this is love, that we walk in obedience to his commands. As you have heard from the beginning, his command is that you walk in love." Can I just say that this has been our desire from the beginning? To walk in love, to love others, and to love them well. Now, just because it's our desire doesn't mean we have always been successful at it, but I can honestly say it's been our desire in every action we've taken. We've not had in-person worship for nearly 6 months, and our motivation has been love. Love for you and love for our community. As we open the buildings this weekend, we have prayerfully put in place protocols and procedures to safeguard everyone's health to the very best of our abilities. A video released earlier this week by Pastors Brett and Kim spell those out. I invite you to go check that out. You may find some of these things to be inconvenient, and you may dislike some of them. I get it. And I know that we live in a world where many are skeptical, suspicious, looking for some political agenda or ulterior motive. So let me come clean. Here's our ulterior motive: that we follow Jesus wholeheartedly and walk in love as he has loved us. This pandemic isn't over, and if the trials in front of us only worsen in the days ahead, the only way we make community work is if we love one another. Love doesn't always get what it wants, Paul says in his famous chapter that we sometimes call the love chapter of 1 Corinthians 13, love is not self-seeking. If we all put this in practice, our church will remain strong and our fellowship sweet. I'll close with a quote from 3 John, another obscure letter in the back of our New Testament. Here John writes, I have much to write you, but I do not want to do so with pen and ink. I hope to see you soon, and we will talk face to face. Amen.